I told you that I had a story regarding Nikki Haley. Well, I do. And here's just a glimpse of what the story is about to be told. Because of the constant rejection email received from South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce, going back and forth 2011, 2012, as I already have made a video showing that. I reached out to Governor Nikki Haley's office and spoke to Jamal Smith regarding my request to come and meet with her to address my concerns. But my request went ignored and rejected. And the email is dated August 8, 2012. When I received notification back in July 2013 that a potential employee had received a notification from the state of South Carolina that I had been barred from applying, I reached out to Governor Nikki Haley's office again and spoke with Jamal Smith, providing him with those documents. Still, no requests went ignored and rejected by Governor Nikki Haley to ignore a bar from applying because she doesn't really care. She had a lot of people fooled on the national stage that what she was concerned about human rights, that was just a scam. And she is a fraud. On February 6, 2014, I contacted EOC Greenville Local Office Director Patricia Fuller regarding some information that was told to me by investigators Sharon Dorn, who stated that Governor Nikki Haley could not be a part of my complaint, which had listed her office. And the reason why I listed her as part of my complaint because she knew everything that was going on with me and refused to address the issue. That's February 6, 2014. And this is after I had received that notification from the state of South Carolina that I had been barred from applying. And her office will provide that documentation. On March the 20th, 2015, I reached out to Governor Nikki Haley, South Carolina Office of Inspector General, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson, regarding an investigation into bar from applying. I wanted an independent investigation because document that I received from Brian Gaines back in April 2015 provided details who knew what, who did what, when it was done, and what conversation that took place. But still, my request for an investigation went ignored and rejected. On March the 23rd, 2015, I reached out again to Governor Nikki Haley, Office of Inspector General Alan Wilson, regarding a requested investigation into bar from applying and unprofessional conduct of agency employees at South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce, South Carolina Budget Control Board, and South Carolina Human Affairs Commission. My request went ignored and rejected time and time again. On April the 7th, 2015, this is where I actually received the actual documents. Who did what? Who knew about it? What conversation took place? How they all conspired to declare that bar from applying was a system error when it was not. And here again, I reach out to Governor Nikki Haley, Raymond Buxton, Sharon Dorn, Renee Gruby of the EOC, and Patricia Fuller of the Greenville EOC, Greenville, South Carolina. Ms. Fuller has a story that will be told in full detail. On June 18, 2015, I sent the state of South Carolina a letter describing their conduct and their treatment towards me was just the same as Dylan Ruth, who killed the Charleston Nine. And here's the letter. I described their action just like Dylan Ruth. The only difference about them and Dylan Ruth, he had a gun. But their gun was just as lethal. The letter had one grammar error where I had none, and it should have been not one. But I wanted to clarify that up. On June 25th, 2017, here's a letter from Nikki Haley informing me about her need to serve her country. That letter was a foolish letter. It was a letter about Nikki Haley because 6 to 7 years I reached out to her, not one response, until she got ready to go to New York to be the United States ambassador to the United Nations. And remember October 23rd, 2015, where I met her at the YMCA in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I didn't know she was going to be there because I was in Orangeburg for another appointment and just came across the information. And so I waited there for several hours. But they slipped Nikki Haley in from a side door because her staff had told her that I was there waiting on her, and I was up front at the time. So I did not know until someone suggested that maybe she's here because the security had increased. And I took the advice and I went and looked in the gym, and she was. I walked to the front of the line, and I said, Governor Nikki Haley, I'm Clarence Jenkins. I wanted to present you with these documents. Her security guard got ready to grab me, but he saw that was not a threat. So Nikki Haley took the documents, passed them to her staff that was standing beside her. She pointed her finger straight at me and she said, I got you. And I turned and I walked out of the gym. So I want you to show you that Nikki Haley is a fraud, she's a scam, and she is despicable. The most deplorable thing that she did at the funeral of Sharonda Coleman Singleton, she gave remarks. She said that everyone who wants a job in the state of South Carolina can get one. I was sitting there in the reserved section with the family, and I was quite disturbed by her remarks. I knew it was a lie. She knew it was a lie. And all of heaven knew it was a lie. But Nikki Haley didn't care about anything but herself. And she wanted to make herself look good until she was willing to stand over a lifeless body and declare that lie in the house of God. This is Nikki Haley's story. I'm just a narrator.